bare necessities, the good old bare necessities. Don't worry about your struggles or your strife. I mean the bare necessities of something. Really?
Talking about movies.
Initiate Vigilante Mode.
What's going on, guys? Alright, today we are talking about The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is directed by John Favreau. It stars Neil Sethi as Mowgli. It also features the voice talents of Idris Elba, Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Christopher Walken, Lupita Nyong'o as well. Disney clearly put a ton of money into making this a motion capture project that really displayed a great amount of visual effects wizardry. It looks amazing. Felt like it transported me back to my childhood a little bit. It was cool to see that story updated. I guess it made me think about whether or not, remakes are welcome in our, movie landscape. If you check out my John Favreau review, there's a piece of one of his comments where he just talks about how stories are sort of retold and updated, and how he was influenced by George Lucas, who was influenced by Joseph Campbell, who was sort of like a mythology expert. I thought it was really interesting to see how stories are retold and how powerful that can be and how necessary I think it is. So I did not have a problem with the fact that they're remaking The Jungle Book. As a matter of fact, they're going to be redoing a whole slew of Disney movies. On top of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Star Wars Cinematic Universe, we're getting like a Disney live-action cinematic universe. I don't know if these things are going to cross over. They probably will eventually. They have like a Cinderella movie, which was a pretty big hit. They're doing Beauty and the Beast with Snow White and the Huntsman, different company, but still live-action interpretation. Of course, Maleficent and so on and so forth. Are they going to do The Lion King at some point? Judging by this movie, I would say that it is certainly a possibility. Would I be offended by that? No, I don't think so. I actually think it would be kind of cool. I think it would be really interesting to see like that voice talent return. James Earl Jones and Matthew Broderick but anyway, let's get back into The Jungle Book itself. It was a delightful movie. A lot of fun, and the visuals really kind of carry you through the picture. It was almost like the kids' version of The Revenant. It was certainly not reinventing the wheel, but it certainly held very true to the Joseph Campbell mythological structure of the hero's journey. The voice talent was amazing. I mean, everybody did a great job, particularly with Idris Elba's Shere Khan. And he's just such a great actor in general. If you haven't seen Beasts of No Nation, check that out. Bill Murray was hilarious. He had some of the best dialogue in the movie. I thought Christopher Walken, he's so odd, but just great, and he just did a great job with King Louie. I do think this is a great movie for kids to see. With that said, go with your parent, please. Please go with a parent. Pretty dark for a kid's movie, and I wouldn't really call it a kid's movie. I mean, it's told from a child's sort of point of view. Matter of fact, I heard a kid behind me kind of like scream when Shere Khan popped out, and there was a few moments like that. This is some of the best CGI that I've ever seen in a movie, ever. Maybe one or two shots where I was like, oh, that's CG. Everything else was so immersive that I really didn't even give thought to the fact that it was CGI. The mannerisms of the characters, like how Shere Khan like bobbed, like look at like one of your pets or a dog or anything. You just see the very particular behavior and ways of walking, even like the way they lick their lips. So realistic. I mean, it was just spot on, so bravo. I really only have a few minor gripes with this movie. Kid actors are sort of hit and miss. Maybe they just sometimes lack experience. Obviously you get like the Elijah Woods or the Dakota Fannings who have been doing it for so long that they just really grow with it. And that's what I would say about this young man. I mean, he was charming, he was great. There's some moments where I'm just sort of like, okay, you could have maybe given me a little bit more there, or that's annoying. But other than that, I mean, he was really good. I think he's got a promising future ahead of him. Good job, kid. Because the story has been told so many times, maybe it lacks a little bit of the potency that it might have had when you were a child. It was still a welcome retelling of the story. I do like the things that he added to give a little bit more gravitas to the connections between the characters, I guess, between Shere Khan and Mowgli. We're going to be retelling a lot of the same stories throughout the generations, and I think that's an important thing. It says something about the messages within the story, and that's something that I felt walking out of this movie that I really did feel like was successfully communicated. This kid who's grown up in the wild, he doesn't fit in that world, but he still believes in the teachings of like his adoptive family. It's really about him trying to accept that he is different and that he has a different culture and that he could still be, you know, kind of one with like that community. My rating system is still being flushed out, so until then, I'm gonna give The Jungle Book an A-. Again, I really enjoyed the movie. I felt like there was some magic in there. A kid again. I actually had my notebook out because I usually take notes when I watch movies, and I sort of threw the notebook away. YouTube has been nice enough to give me a custom URL. It'll help people find my videos a little bit more easily, so here is the link. Here is the URL right here. If you are interested in what you see and are enjoying the show, then, you know, pass that along. This week on Movie News, we have some great stories for you. We're going to talk about A Birth of a Nation, Nate Parker's movie. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to Vigilante Mode Reviews. We have some great things coming up soon.
Until next time, guys, Vigilante Mode, deactivate.
Talking about movies.